say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chaplain Brian Bull, please come forward to offer the invocation.
Please bow your heads and join me in prayer. Almighty and ever-living God, we thank you for the countless blessings you have bestowed upon us as we serve our nation here at Minot Air Force Base. We give you thanks for Colonel Thomas Seeger's 2 years of dedicated service to you and to our country as commander of the 91st Security Forces Group, where he faithfully led over 1,500 defenders in securing our nation's most powerful and lethal weapons. We also praise you for Colonel Seeger's dedication to our airmen. His care and concern for the well-being of the men and women serving under him directly led to the transformation of Defender culture and to the group's amazing operational success, as well as their superior performances during exercises and major inspections. We also thank you for the unending support of his beloved wife, Amy, and their beautiful children, Kason and Nora. Please continue to bless the Seegers family as they move on to their new assignment at the Installation Mission Support Center in San Antonio, Texas. Lord, we also ask that you pour out your blessings upon Colonel Anthony McCarty as he takes command at Minot Air Force Base today. Grant him wisdom, courage, and strength, so that guided by you, O Lord, and always strengthened by his loving wife Dawn and their children, Natalie and Nate, he may faithfully and selflessly lead the 91st Security Forces Group in the honorable pursuit of your peace. We ask all of this in your most holy name. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Honor Guard, Technical Sergeant Sims, and Chaplain Boyle. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the Commander, 91st Missile Wing, Colonel McGee.
Good morning. At first, let me say thank you and ask for a round of applause once again for that fantastic rendition of the national anthem. Colonel Galbert, Audrey, and Colonel McGinnis, members of Team Minot, Rough Riders, family members, defenders, civic leaders, mission partners, everyone else who's in attendance today, personally and also virtually. Specifically to the family of the Seegers, Amy, Kason, Nora, Pat, Gail, Bren, Lonnie, and Aaron, Carrie, Liam, Noah, Everett, and also on behalf of Colonel McCarty, whose wife here is Dawn, sons watching virtually, Nate, and there's also a possibility that Natalie might be watching under some unique circumstances, and also via live stream for the Seegers family, Senior Master Sergeant retired Thomas Seegers, and his sister Michelle and brother Gary. Welcome. I hope to not be before you too long. As both outgoing commander and incoming commander said that I need to keep this short, so we'll see how well I can do. But there's a lot to get through this morning. Before I move on, I want to express my sincere condolences to one of our mission partners, Mr. Mark Janser, on the passing of his mother. That's never an easy thing to get through, and I just want to make sure we acknowledge that we're here with heavy hearts and support Mr. Janser and his family. A successful command tour. What exactly does it mean? For most in command, it means they survived their years in command without doing anything egregious enough to be removed and did enough to keep the mission on the rails. They led their airmen in a manner where families were supported, operations continued, and made some memorable moments. But let's be honest. In most cases, within a few months, the unit has forgotten about the previous commander, and a new commander is attempting to begin what will be the next successful command tour. However, in some instances, commanders go above and beyond what is the usual successful command tour. In those instances, the commander and their team have made impacts within the mission that, despite what their successor does, will be felt for many, many years to come. Today, we will salute the outgoing commander who truly had a successful command tour, while we welcome a new commander with all the experience, knowledge, and potential to continue his predecessor's efforts far into the future. In a few minutes, we will award the Meritorious Service Medal to Colonel Thomas Seegers, so I won't attempt to detail all the many accomplishments that Colonel Seegers led the SFG to within the past 2 years. However, I will take a moment to tell you about one major initiative that I believe has made Colonel Seegers' last 2 years a truly remarkable command tour. Not surprising at all, the past 2 years of successes began and end with the Defender Airmen and Colonel Seegers' initiative to develop, cultivate, and maintain a Defender culture that now looks to be the benchmark of security forces across Air Force Global Strike Command and perhaps the entire U.S. Air Force. It focuses on 8 lines of effort, which includes culture development, family inclusion, and nuclear academics. Now, I'm going to pause right there. Having studied nuclear weapons my entire career, kind of frustrated and can't figure out how security forces airmen teach nuclear academics, but somehow you all pull it off successfully. That's just a testament to Colonel Seegers' fantastic work as the group commander. The proof of his success are in the results. 0 IG write-ups during their most recent unit effectiveness inspection. The best actions on objective during their NSI recapture recovery exercise. A non-mission capable rate decreased by 8%. And what I consider to be the most impressive, a 54% increase in assignment declination when people get their assignment to Minot. Now, folks, I know we've all heard about the experiences of people when they get orders to come to Minot. Some people cry, some people moan, and other people decline the assignment. But what Colonel Seegers and his team did was put in place an initiative that means that when people got their assignment to Minot, they were excited to come up north. That is a huge, monumental accomplishment because every single body counts. Traditionally, when a commander departs, we express feelings of sadness or remorse upon their leaving. But that's not the case with the departure of Colonel Seegers, Amy, and their family. See, I believe we grow great leaders for a time, and once they've completed their assigned purpose, we send them forth to do bigger and better things in the Air Force. Thomas and Amy are taking their talents south to San Antonio to serve at the Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center, where they will continue their great work, and we're excited and better for it. On behalf of the Rough Riders, thank you for your faithful service. You will definitely be missed. And thanks for the hard work from you and your team. You can rest assured that your legacy will live on, and you have truly had a successful command tour. Now, arguably, ICBM Security Forces Group commanders don't come more qualified than Colonel Anthony McCarty. After commissioning in 2002 as a distinguished graduate of Officer Training School, he started his successful security forces career as a young officer at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana. Over the course of the years, he has excelled at every assignment and training opportunity, with highlights as executive officer to the vice commander of 13th Air Force at Hickam Air Force Base, Hawaii, commander 325th Security Forces Squadron, Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida, legislative liaison and Senate legislative liaison working in the Pentagon, commander 90th Missile Security Forces Squadron, F.E. Warren Air Force Base, and near and dear to my heart, a proud graduate of the National War College, Fort McNair, Washington, D.C., the National War College. If his service resume does not impress you, then perhaps the lengthy medals and decorations on his service dress might, as he has been awarded the Defense Superior Service Medal, the Meritorious Service Medal with 5 oak leaf clusters, the Aerial Achievement Medal, a Bronze Star, and a Purple Heart. There's far more that I could mention about Colonel McCarty, but at this point, it would only be bragging. As I prepare to take my seat, I'll end with a bit of guidance as you begin your season here at Minot. Get comfortable in the large shoes that Colonel Seegers has left for you. He and his team have set the defenders on a path to greatness, and they are simply waiting on you to lead them to higher heights. You are entrusted with the care and feeding of just shy of 1,000 airmen and their families. Do not take that for granted, because every day, every action matters. This will be a daunting task for some, but not for a leader such as you. So Anthony, Don, welcome to the team, and we anxiously look forward to getting to know you and working with you. Bully.
Thank you, Colonel McGee. At this time, Colonel Seegers will receive the Legion of Merit. Please stand for the presentation of the award. Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Legion of Merit to Colonel Thomas E. Seegers, Jr. Colonel Thomas E. Seegers, Jr. distinguished himself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 91st Security Forces Group, 91st Missile Wing, Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, from 2 July 2020 to 28 June 2022. During this period, Colonel Seeger's courageous leadership and devotion to duty greatly contributed to the exceptional performance of the 91st Missile Wing. He successfully navigated a global pandemic while securing 1/3 of the nation's intercontinental ballistic missiles, covering an 8,500 square mile missile complex through 3,000 maintenance actions and 154 nuclear convoys, ultimately assuring North Atlantic Treaty Organization partners and deterring Russia's escalation in Ukraine. In addition, Colonel Seeger's expertise was instrumental to the integration of 120 North Dakota Air National Guardsmen into the missile field security and nuclear logistics operations, leading the Air Force's only total force integrated security forces group and setting the stage for future total force expansion in 2 other missile wings. Furthermore, he instituted a group-wide Defender Culture Initiative, fueling organizational grassroots change from 1,000 airmen and their families. Colonel Seeger's vision and persistent feedback mechanisms resulted in 8-pronged change approach, where he drove 40% average improvements in climate surveys and realized extraordinary results during the Air Force Global Strike Command Inspector General Unit Effectiveness Inspection, where the group recorded perfect marks. Moreover, his integration of True North mental health and chaplain personnel balanced readiness with airmen's needs, resulting in Airmen True North professional interacting 9,000 times to reduce the do not arm rate to their lowest point in 5 years, and still the best security force's first-term airman retention rate in the command. Finally, Colonel Seeger's compliance focus led to the superior performance during the 2021 Air Force Global Strike Command Inspector General Nuclear Surety Inspection, securing 15 of 19 Wing Superior Performers, 3 of 5 Wing Superior Team Awards, best on the objective accolades from the Inspector General, and clinching the group's best inspection performance in nearly 15 years. The superior initiative, outstanding leadership, and personal endeavor displayed by Colonel Seegers reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Seegers.
Good morning. Before I begin my comments, I'd ask that you join me in a moment of silence to remember the lives of 2 defenders taken from us far too soon. Airman Boliner lost his life as we were driving into Minot in June of 2020, and Airman Humphrey this past New Year's Eve. Thank you for obliging me. As I stand before you, humbled to have been part of such an amazing organization, I can't help but to ask, has it been 2 years already? I also can't help but reflect on an old African proverb I came across soon after my arrival to Minot. It goes something like this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I could stand here all day and brag on how the civilian and military defenders in the 91st Security Forces Group went exceedingly far. But our cars are running and gas is nearing $5 a gallon. Colonel McGee, fellow colonels, squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, men and women of Team Minot, and especially the men and women of the 91st Security Forces Group, thanks for attending today's ceremony. To our friends and family watching via live stream, thanks for tuning in. A special note of thanks to my mom in heaven and my dad in Georgia, whose military footsteps I followed all those years ago. My Aunt Barbara, my cousin Eileen, and to my brother Gary and my sister Michelle, and the others who helped shape me into the person I am today. That sentiment also extends to my father and mother-in-law, Pat and Gail, sisters-in-law Lonnie and her daughter Erin, as well as Carrie and her kids Liam, Noah, and Everett. And to my family, let's do that at the end. A special note of thanks to all those who worked tirelessly so we could have today's ceremony. Lieutenant Martinez and Master Sergeant Patterson for pulling this together. Staff Sergeant Vaughn for narrating, Sergeant Van Kirk for proffering, Airman Barreto for the comms, and Senior Airman Valentine for running the live stream. Our vehicle managers, Sergeant Harris, Mr. Conley, and Mr. V for clearing the vehicle bays. Chaplain Boyle for those heavenly words and great friendship over the years. Chief Sullivan for standing proudly with the guide on the base honor guard. And again, how about Sergeant Sims' beautiful rendition of the national anthem? Amazing. Like many of you sitting here today, I piddled a little when I got my assignment to Minot. As you know, Minot has a long-standing reputation it just can't seem to shake. Truth be told, Senior Airman Seegers in 1993 had an assignment to Minot, but Airman Seegers got out of that assignment. And all these years later, I still don't remember why, but it matters not. What matters is in July of 2020, I swallowed my pride, adjusted my attitude, put my game face on, and joined the best security forces group in the Air Force. But here's a peek behind the curtain. I wouldn't gain any clarity on my initial reactions to this assignment until our good friend Paul Butler paid the Security Forces Group a visit in 2021. In his message to more than 1,000 airmen, he made me realize my initial reactions to this assignment wouldn't allow me to be the team leader that this organization needed, nor would I be the best team builder because I couldn't get out of my own way. And because I wasn't initially in the right mindset to be either of those, I wouldn't even be a good teammate. In fact, Paul would have said I was being trouble. Paul would go on to say, like every one of you, have a purpose. And my purpose, like every one of you, is to be here today, including Team McCarty. Regardless of where your career takes you, stay true to your own why and your own purpose. And don't forget to have an attitude of gratitude along the way. I'm full of gratitude to my fellow FBI National Academy grads watching on live stream. Thanks for the many years of friendship, the laughs, the continued support for one another, and for your continued support in law enforcement to your communities. To my honorary commander, John Klug, and his wife, Maggie, a former defender, thanks for your friendship and for being part of this amazing team. To an amazing group of squadron commanders and their senior enlisted leaders, Brett Skates, Mark Kobos, Jeffrey Bean and Nick Roberts, Zach Hunt and Gary Bubar, Chase Shields and Jason Cornelis, Greg Goodman and Mike Anders. Thank you for all the support you've given me and for the love and dedication you give Defender Nation. To the amazing True North teams, both the religious support teams and our social workers, who collectively provide so much support and care for our airmen and their families, I'm forever grateful. To the stupendous group staff and the front office teammates which keep the admin machine going, a ginormous thank you. All the Team Minot partners, the Hilo Squadron that just flew by, public affairs, force support, civil engineers, logistics readiness, security forces, medical group, operations groups, maintenance groups, and others I'm sure I forgot to mention. Thank you for being there to care for airmen and their families and all the support you provided the 91st Security Forces Group. To my fellow colonels and spouses, those sitting here today and those unable to attend, I appreciate all the talks, the laughs, the fire pit sessions while holding an ice cold Coca-Cola. You're an amazing bunch of leaders for your airmen and foundational pillars for your family, but an even better group of humans, so thank you. To the men and women of the 91st Security Forces Group, thank you for all you do. Through winter storms, a flawless unit and effectiveness inspection, and unprecedented results on the 2021 nuclear surety inspection. From Snowmageddon to COVID-19, whether fielded forces, missile security control, tactical response force, convoy response force, vehicle supply, armory, training, plans, back office, military, or civilian, you have amazed me at every step and showed me this concept of togetherness. And because of you, we have come extremely far. Thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for your service. And thanks for being a defender. If you could please focus your attention to the chief on the stage, standing proudly with a guide on. My wingman, Chief Sullivan. A good commander knows to always have a great chief by their side. I may be a bit biased, but I had the best. Chief Sullivan, his wife Nikki, and daughter Emily will soon close out a 30-year chapter in the United States Air Force. Thank you, Sully, for caring about airmen, their families, and this mission. I'll see you in October. And for those I forgot to call out in today's comments, thank you for all you do and for being part of this journey with Team Seegers. To my good friend Anthony McCarty and his wife Dawn, as well as Natalie and Nate on live stream, welcome to Minot. You'll find the community exceptionally welcoming. The airmen, simply amazing. And the winters, well, you'll see. I can't wait to see how you take the group to even newer heights. Welcome to the team. And finally, to my family, my bigs, Jonathan and Savannah, my littles, Kason and Nora. I know the military life isn't the easiest, but I'm so thankful for the amazing humans you've become and continue to become. My littles have been waiting patiently to receive a small token of my appreciation. And while they are being delivered, I'll just say thank you for being great sports as we travel on this journey together. I love all four of my kids to the moon and back. And to my best friend, my awesome wife, Amy, whom I met 21 years ago in Grand Forks. Thank you for all you do for our family, for our airmen, for our career. If I had to do it all over again, I'd still choose you. I can honestly say I married up. Having you by my side makes me a better airman, a better defender, and a better human. Again, thanks to all for attending today, and those watching on the live stream. I am forever grateful for our time here at Minot, where the front gate says it all. Only the best come north. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Seegers. Amy, Kaysen, and Nora, the men and women of the 91st Security Forces Group would like to thank you for the friendship and support over the past years and wish you the best in the future endeavors. Our ceremony today is a celebration of both continuity and change, continuity in the form of military tradition whose roots reach back through the times to the legions of ancient Rome, to the passing of signets that once symbolized the transfer of command from one to another. Change, as his great commander says farewell to an honored leader and welcomes his successor. Through a ceremony that differs only in style, not substance, from those of the Romans. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the official change of command. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, Headquarters, 91st Missile Wing, Minot Air Force Base. Special Order GS 22-019, dated by the order of the Commander, Colonel Thomas E. Seegers, Jr., will relinquish command to Colonel Anthony S. McCartney, 91st Security Forces Group, Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota, effective 28 June 2022. Signed, Colonel Kenneth C. McGee. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, 91st Security Forces Group, Colonel Anthony McCarty.
Good morning, everybody. What you didn't see is Sergeant Vaughn putting my reading glasses up here in case I needed them as we start through the comments here. Good morning again, and thank you for taking time out of your day to attend this event and celebrate with Don and I. And of course, pay honor to Thomas, Amy Seegers' tenure as the group's command team. Thomas and I have known each other and have been good friends for a couple of decades now. We're getting old, brother. And Don and I knew, as the boss alluded to, we had some big shoes to fill coming in behind Team Seegers. Thomas, Amy, Kason, Nora, good luck in San Antonio on your next adventure. Don and I are extremely honored and exceptionally humbled to be here with you guys today, and we owe thanks to many others. To my wife, Dawn, my son, Nate, back in Indiana, and my daughter, Natalie, finishing up her Army ROTC program this summer. I know, folks, I failed as a father. I never tire of saying this, but thank you so much for hanging on to this roller coaster lifestyle. You've had no choice in where we go, but you embrace all of it, and you do it with love and class. Dawn, you've always been my best friend and sounding board, and I am thankful for you more than you will ever know. I love you so much. Colonel McGee, sir, thank you for the warm welcome and the kind introduction, and for the trust that you have shown in giving us the opportunity to join the Rough Rider family. I will give this organization, its people, and its families everything I have to ensure our no-fail mission succeeds with the utmost professionalism while caring for our most valuable resource, our airmen. Dawn and I are excited to serve under your leadership. Colonel and Mrs. Galbert, Colonel McGinnis, fellow group commanders, Chief Klug, squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, and all mission and community partners. Thank you for attending today, and thank you in advance for your partnership. I very much look forward to working with all of you, and I'm very excited about our endeavors to keep this installation and its missions safe, secure, and ready. I'd also like to thank our family joining us virtually on this special occasion and taking time out of their busy schedules. Dawn and I look forward to seeing you all in person very soon. To the professionals, the men and women of the 91st Security Forces Group, thank you for the warm welcome. It is an honor to stand before you today, knowing our national strategic deterrent mission is being abled by bold men and women. I know we can all sleep easy with you on the watch 24/7. Now, more than ever, our nation's nuclear deterrent remains the backbone of our strength and global stability. I charge you all to maintain your lethality, execute your duties with professionalism and precision while being innovative and humble. And I look forward to being part of the continued growth of this group's and this missile wing's legacy. And I can't wait to meet each and every one of you and work alongside you. Lastly, a special thanks to Miss Jensen and Master Sergeant Womack for making our transition such a smooth one. Also, no event like this simply comes together on its own. Lieutenant Martinez, Sergeant Patterson, Sergeant Vaughn, Sergeant Sims, Sergeant Van Kirk, Father Boyle, Airman Barreto, Senior Airman Valentine, and the entire VCC team, and everyone else who had a hand in it. Thank you for making this day truly special for Dawn and I. Exceptionally well done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for welcoming Dawn and I into the Rough Rider family and the Minot community. We thank you for attending and have a great day.
Family and friends of Colonel Anthony McCarty, welcome to the 91st Security Forces Group. We'd like to be the first to say welcome to the 91st Missile Wing, home of the Rough Riders. We look forward to working with you. In keeping with Air Force tradition, we will conclude today's ceremony with the playing of the Air Force song. While it is customary for Air Force members to stand at the position of attention, we invite all other guests to join us in standing for the Air Force song and the departure of the official party, as well as special and distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.